Hey YouTube, Kyouka here, bringing you all my Cardfight Vanguard Kyouka Lyrical Monasterio deck profile for post-summertime memories. This is the second deck from the newest Lyrical Monasterio booster set that I'll be profiling for the channel. It's a deck that focuses on the magazine set order, being able to have setup using this order and your main go-to grade 3 Kyouka with all of her backup support to have set up on the field using this order for either search power and set up for all your different units gaining power on the field when you have and use these magazine orders for each individual one that you activate. Very happy with the results of the deck. It's a deck that I won't be maining. I'm still a big fan of the Michu and Nokno, but I figured I'd get a few more of the decks from the latest Lyrical Monasterio booster set out to you just to show my takes on the deck profiles. Let's go ahead and get started with the video. So for the ride line, our starter is the grade 0 hashtag first step Kyouka when rode upon. If you went second, draw a card. All of her ride line focuses on the hashtag. I guess they're trying to be modern with the grade 1 being hashtag ready to go Kyouka. When this unit is rode upon by the grade 2 Kyouka and its card name, choose a grade 1 to 3, declare it. Look at the top 5 cards of your deck, choose up to 1 unit with the declared grade or a magazine card from among them, reveal it, put it into your hand, and shuffle your deck. So it's options depending on maybe what you have in your hand. If you want to take the risk and go for that other search using the grade 1 after you ride on top of it with the grade 2, which is hashtag hot stuff Kyouka. When this unit is rode upon by a grade 3 with Kyouka and its card name, choose up to 1 magazine card from your drop zone, put it into your hand. If you do not put it into your hand, counter +1, search your deck for up to 1 magazine card, reveal it, and put it into your hand. So you have the option to have the magazine from your drop put in or from your deck for the use of a counterblast. So if you did use the magazine order for the discard, you can at least add back to your hand with the grade 2. With our grade 3 being the final part, the hashtag make a trend Kyouka, we are running 3 additional copies of this card in the deck. But before we get to the Kyouka, I figured we'd focus on the magazine order. Like I said, I'm not building the Kyouka deck, so I don't have a full play set of the magazine order. It's the Lyrical Shooting Star S. I have Sweet X Sweet or Sweet Sweet, the search normal order, as a placeholder for the other copies, because you definitely do want to run 4 copies of the Lyrical Shooting Star S. You play this if you have a Vanguard with Kyouka and its card name. Perform all the following according to the number of cards of your units. If you have 2 or more grade 1 units, you draw 2 cards. Choose a card from your hand and discard it. If you have 2 or more grade 2 units, choose one of your units and it gets plus 10,000 to end of turn. If you have 2 or more grade 3 units, you countercharge 1. So you have all these options when you play this normal order for your magazine. So very, very useful for that setup, depending on the field setup you also have on the field. For the additional grade 3s, running 3 copies of hashtag make a trend Kyouka on the Vanguard circle once per turn. You can soul blast 1, choose a grade 1 to 3, declare it, look at the top 5 cards of your deck, choose up to 1 unit card from the declared grade from among them, call it to rear, and choose up to 1 magazine card from among them, reveal it, and put it into your hand. So you get to search for the magazine order along with the grade that you declared from 1 to 3, knowing what you may want to search for with this card. And during your turn, if you played a magazine order, all of your front row gets plus 5,000. For more of an added pressure, if you persona ride, it's plus 15 in total with this card alone. So great for the attacking pressure it can provide. I have 2 copies of Blue Frontier Archo in the deck. I would run 4 if you were to do so. I would drop down the numbers of Well-Informed Fidelm. If you play a magazine order with Fidelm, you can counterblast 1 once per turn, and it gets plus 10,000 to end of turn. With Blue Frontier Archie, it's more of a restanding pressure with just a counterblast and a soul blast. Having the multiple attacks that you can do with Kyouka at the end of the battle, your grade 3 or greater Vanguard attack. If you played a magazine order this turn, being able to restand this card for the multiple attacks along with the pressure. And with this card, if you play a magazine order, it gets plus 5,000 power, meaning along with the own skill of Kyouka, this card can be 30,000 power if you persona rode additionally. So you can drop the numbers of Fidelm for additional copies of Blue Frontier Archie when you get the numbers. It's a triple rare, and like I said, I'm not focusing on building this deck. That's why the numbers are lower than that. For the additional grade 2s, I also run 4 copies of Opposing Kindness, Virginia. At the end of the battle on rearguard, this unit attack while boosted. If you played in order this turn, put this unit to your soul and countercharge 1, making up for some of the counterblasts you'll use for either your arch or your setup for your magazine order. Since it does require a option for searching out, you have this play to rely on, and being able to use it with your restander would be the best pressure, while also being able to rebuild the soul that it costs to use her also. And that is it for the grade 2s. Moving on to the grade 1s. I run 4 copies of Mystica Pellucid Jennifer. If you have 4 or more units, discard a card from your hand, choose a normal order from your drop zone, and it gets the continuous ability of you being able to activate it from the drop zone, and then after you activate it, it goes onto the bottom of your deck. So this lets you use the magazine orders more than 4 times, because not only will you use it with this card, you'll place it back in the deck for it to be researched out again. That's why you definitely want to run 4 Jennifer, just for the search and recycle option that you can do in the deck. And I also run 4 copies of Best Choice Ladamia. If you, on rearguard, have a grade 3 or greater Vanguard with Kyouka and its card name, put this unit into your soul. Choose a grade 2 or greater unit from your drop zone with a different card name as your Vanguard and put it on the top of your deck. This gives you search power, or at least guaranteed search power, to use with Kyouka when you declare the card name, knowing what you put on the top of the deck with Ladamia, to then search out and add it back to your hand thanks to your main go-to grade 3 Vanguard, or even earlier with the ride target. Since it is a grade 1, you can set it up on your rear guard that much more quickly for that grade 3 that you'll ride into. And then I also run 2 copies of Cooling Heart Kyouka. Now, if you increase the numbers to maximum for the number of archery that you run, running 4 copies, you can drop 1 copy of Fidel for a 3rd copy of Kyouka. It's just recycle power for your rear guards, being able to place them back on the top of the deck using this card and giving additional power with the use of your Soul Blast. So I like to run 2 copies of it. Like I said, this card is pretty pricey now at the moment for a Lyrical Masterio card. So if you don't have them, you could just mix around some of the other more generic grade 1s that we got from the latest Lyrical Masterio set. With the last of the grade 1s just being our Sentinel lineup, 3 copies of Judith, the newest Sentinel, and 1 of the Elementaria Sanctitude, if you have the Blitz order, to use to stop your opponent's triple drive units from being able to hit your Vanguard by making it untouchable for that, and even just being able to use it as a discard for you to get around the Sentinel usage also. Moving on now to our trigger lineup, I'm running 7 critical. So 4 of the Precious Tune Edwig for the soul buildup and plus power, and 3 copies of Grinning Dragon Scale Ills, just the ones that were available in the set, but I know these ones are a little more pricey, so if you just need a generic critical, it can always be played instead of this card. Same with the next trigger, which is the draw trigger, Transparent Snowy Night. It's just an additional plus 5k shield for this draw, but if you have generic ones to use, those are completely fine as well. With the heal trigger lineup being 2 Soft Light Pruel and 1 of the 2 of Us Flow and 2 of Us Rhyme for the additional shield power that these cards can get when guarding against a unit that attacked for a 2nd time or one that has a critical power of 2. And then our over trigger is just the fantastic Fermail Katrina for the additional plus power early game if you get it off a drive check, giving all of your rear guards the continuous plus 10,000 each and every turn. But that is it for the deck profile. I hope you all enjoyed. Like I said, this is just another one that was more easily, readily available for me to update, knowing the inner workings of the deck. So I hope you all enjoyed. And as always, until next time, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. And Kira, Qualia out.